discriminate against Moses and the rest of the people. God is not discriminate. God, the true God who created all things, there's no room for us to place him in a position where it will look as if he's discriminating against another person with another person. He's not a respecter of person. He has no that kind of thing inside him. He's not like us, or he's not like evil. We don't compare him with evil. Discriminative things is evil. Racist acts is something evil. It's not something that you can compare. God is not racist. He is not discriminative. He is not all that. So he made it clear here that not just you, Moses, but no man will see my face. But the privilege I will give you is that you will see my back. If you continue, it tells you that God told him that you will look at my back. Whilst I bury you, I put you in the cliff and put you there, and that's where you'll be dying. But in your moment of dying, you will just see my back. You see me going. And then after you see me going, you die there. So that is what is being said here, And so if that is what God said, that no one will see my face. If we are reading Abraham's story, and Abraham says that in Genesis 8, Abraham says that three people were coming to him. He was sitting on the tent, and when he saw them, he said, God came to me. That was God. Why he said that's God, that is God, I don't know. It is not very much suggested, but all it reveals is that he did really see three people. The story says three people came to him, and those three people, according to Abraham, they were God. In that instance, just like Jacob, he was wrestling with a man in a bush somewhere, and he says the man should bless him. If you just see a man, you are wrestling with a man, you ask the man to bless you. Well, who is that man? Nobody knows. He sort of instincts tell him that it is God. So he asks him, or angel of God, he asks him to bless him, and the man bless him. And he says the man hit his hip. His hip bone was, twisted or somehow dislocated. And he started limping. So Jacob is somebody who, at the time of all his age, at that time, he was limping because they dislocate him because he wrestled with God and he wrestled with man. And that's mean he blessed him and changed his name to Israel, from Jacob to Israel. That is also coming. We'll get there. But for now, we know that Abraham has seen God. Okay? Abraham has seen God. It is contradicting with Exodus 33 and John 1:18, those places that we just read. It is contradicting there. Is it John 1:18? I think so. John 1 verse 18, and then 33 verse 20. Exodus 33 verse 20. So if we go through there, as we read through, as you are going, take a book and you are reading the book, these things may jump as a story. But if you know, or you've come across other statements there, this is a statement from God himself, and we are reading these things, and you ask yourself, is it real? Is that what is there? That is what is there. I didn't make it up. You check it up yourself. So Abraham, people don't think it is an issue, but I think it is an issue, because we are not talking about some made up story. We are talking about a perfect God. If that is if you and I, side by side, thinking about a perfect God, an omnipotent God, an omniscient God, whether you're a Muslim, you're whatever, you're a Buddhist, you're a Christian, whatever you are, atheist, if you think of perfection, the source of perfection, that is what we are the goal we are trying to reach out to. If that perfection exists in your mind and you are reaching it, you are an atheist, you are reaching the perfection goal. That is what we are all reaching, perfection. So even if you hate the idea of somebody saying God and you are an atheist, then in an atheist, I will suggest that you are somehow agree that we are seeking the ultimate place, which is perfection. And this book is suggesting that perfection is what it has come from. This is where the source has come from, that this book has got perfection in it, and we are proving that it is not. It hasn't got perfection, So if whatever range or way of thoughts you have, we're trying to prove these things here in this book. Okay, so those who are there, they can straight ahead make their comparisons. And so after Abraham saw these people and the promise they made, even I think Sarah laughed. But that is not what we are too keen about. We are more keen about the key points of which we can relate to other instances that makes the book not very honest or not very truthful. Because at the end of the day, in John 4, John 4, it states in that chapter that Jesus Christ made that utterance saying that God, the living God, is seeking for those who worship him in truth and in spirit. And if that test is true, I think I'm doing the right thing. I think there are others also in that. If there are others side by side doing this, they're also doing the right thing, because it is stated in the same book. And I said that there are other things in the book also that will also characterize me as an evil or bad person. So don't underestimate the book. There are anything that you want, you can get it from there to judge or condemn other people, by picking from place. But if you put the entire book down and analyze it like I'm doing, you won't be able to use it in that evil way that I suggest, to judge people and to condemn people. You won't even think of using it. It won't click in your head. And I'm trying to analyze it for you to see where we stand with the book, where we stand with our worship, and the source, what we see or we consider as the source of our faith. Both the Quran and the Bible. That's what I've got. There are other Torahs, but I'm sure they're also the same thing, because the Bible, even the Old Testament, has a link to the Torah, as is believed to be word to word. And I'm sure the Quran also have got a link here in the same Torah or something like that, but it's rejected by them. So wherever they stand, whether they stand individually or they stand united, whichever way, we'll point it out for us to see where the truth lies, because we cannot allow ourselves, to get drowned by something which is not what it is. So whatever it is, I respond to, I say, I'm trying to look through, I say, Abraham has made his way all the way through, and if all these things that we are suggesting here becomes a mockery to me, or I'm being seen as someone mocking the book, I know there are quotations there that tells you that in the last days there will be mockers of the faith. So in this sense, I'll be seen as somebody mocking the faith. That's why, as I told you, you can find all that. I can point it out to you. You can find it there, and it tells you that, it's like you're mocking the faith for what it is. Never will it click to people's mind that it's a valid point he's making. The things he's saying, they are right there. It is not mocking. It is a serious issue. It is a serious commitment I'm into. I don't joke with the faith thing. I don't joke with my faith. Neither do I joke with any faith. But the book is mocking itself. It's not me that mocks it. You understand? That is the living proof of it. That is what reveals what the devil or the evil that we face is trying to use these books as a means of presenting itself as a holy or some sort of the holistic approach that we are having, that we're thinking. That is where the evil is coming from, that we are not knowing. And even in this book, it suggests that the devil that they look out for will not come from anywhere, but he will come from among them. Among you will rise the evil one. He will come from among you. Now, where would they look? Why are they looking outside for these answers? But all that, we'll get to that. By the end of the day, I look at this book and I see that the evil actually that we claim, that we judge with, that is it right there before us. We don't need to look for anywhere for the devil. It is right there before us. Words that has been compiled together by whatever group, by accident. Maybe it was done by accident, by greedy means, or by sincere means to do good to humanity. That is what it was done for. People probably stood up to that, we're doing something for humanity, and by in their effort of doing that, the inspiration of whatever took them to that journey has become what it is now, and it's become a snare to us. It's become a snare to us, and we have to. It's up to us. If I'm discovering it, it's up to you to discover it. It's up to you to see it. If you put this book away, or you don't become sort of stick to the idea of it being authentic from God himself, that does not mean that you have to drop your faith in believing the idea of God. I still believe in God. Everybody believes in God. Even the devil himself, in the book, in the same Bible, maybe I'm sure in the Quran also, that believes that God, that the devil believes that God is there, that he believes that there is a God. So if there's the idea, even the atheists believe that there is something that they pursue to search, to find answers, to find the ultimate goal. Anything they do, they wanted to get ultimate achievement of